Okay, so now that we have an onOverlap and an onEndOverlap function, we can decide whether or not to apply our various gameplay effects based on their application policy, right? So for the instant effect, we'll start with that one. It has its instant effect application policy. And if it's set to do not apply, well, we don't need to do anything. But if it's set to apply on overlap, we need to apply that effect in our onOverlap function. And if it's set to apply on endOverlap, we'll apply it then. So let's check this application policy in our onOverlap function first. So here in onOverlap, let's say if instant effect application policy is equal to effect application policy apply on overlap, then we can apply the instant effect to the target. So we have apply effect to target. We can call that. We can call apply effect to target, passing in the target actor. And for the effect, we can use the instant gameplay effect class. And if we set this to apply on overlap, we'd better be sure that our gameplay effect class is set. Otherwise, we'll get a crash thanks to that check. So that's just something that we need to keep in mind. We can't set this to an incompatible enum constant if we don't have an instant effect to apply. Now, what if our instant effect has its policy set to apply on endOverlap? Well, then we'd do it here. So we can place a check in endOverlap if instant effect application policy equals effect application policy apply on endOverlap, then we can call apply effect to target, passing in the instant gameplay effect class. So that takes care of applying our instant effect, and that's the most simple case. Now the next effect duration policy would be duration effect, because a duration effect removes itself. We don't have to check its removal policy or anything like that. We just need to check its application policy, and we can simply apply the effect here in onOverlap or endOverlap based on its policy. So we can check that just like we did for the instant effect. We're going to say if duration effect application policy equals, and we'll check if it's apply on overlap. And if it is, we'll call apply effect to target, passing in target actor. And this time the duration gameplay effect class. We'll do the same exact thing in endOverlap if the effect application policy this time is apply on endOverlap. So that case is just about as simple as the instant effect. We apply it and it removes itself. Now, the more complicated case is the infinite effect, because the infinite effect can be removed. And we want to remove the infinite effect on endOverlap if we've given it to the actor in question. So how do we remove the effect? How do we know on endOverlap that that actor has the effect? How do we check that, and how do we remove it? Well, let's go back to our code for apply effect to target. How are we applying the effect? We're first making an effect context. We're using the effect context handle and the gameplay effect class to make an outgoing spec. That gives us a spec handle. Then we apply that gameplay effect spec, getting the spec from the handle, dereferencing the pointer, and passing that in. So the question arises, how do we remove the effect once we've already added it? And we'll handle that in the next video.